Good evening. Good evening.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Hello, Alicia. John McGinnis, my friend. How are you? Hello, Carrie. Anna. How's everyone doing? Kathy. Long time no see. David. How's it going? Patricia. Dominique. Rosa. Edward.
I'm surprised Dominique is on here. She just got home not too long ago.
Susan. Nancy. How's everyone doing? Rachel. Robin. Deb. Hello, Deb. We are tired, man. Tired.
That's a generous word.
Capital T, tired.
I'm whipped, not tired.
All right, you always got to top me. You know,
Is that what that is?
I say I'm tired.
I'm telling you my truth.
It has to be.
I'm speaking my truth. I speak for me, myself, and I.
Everything.
Me.
So I'm tired, and she's whipped.
I'm whipped.
Everyone. So there you go. So we got home around 3. And I take a shower, unwind a little bit, didn't get to bed till 4 and slept for only 4 hours and then get going again. Hello, Rachel. Rachel, so much fun. That's the you know what? I should have sent the link and I should have let people come in to talk about their experiences. I don't know if I could do that.
I don't have ability to do it on here.
I missed the event already. I was the guy who had his neck scratched. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me try something here. Oops.
Wonder if you can pull them on.
Blink out.
No, you're still on.
I don't know if I can. I don't know how to do it. Yes.
Go back onto where he is and maybe see if it'll bring him on.
Hold on. Copy. I might be able to post it right in the room.
Cool.
Or not. No, I can't post. No, I can't do it. Doesn't give me the ability to do that.
Tiddlywinks.
Tiddlywinks, indeed. Anyway, I was going to do a post where I was going to let people come in and share their experiences here. I could try it, but I think I'm going to lose the feed, and I don't want to lose the feed. But I don't know. Should I try it?
What?
I would have to close down this for a second.
Yeah, guys, let him close it down because we'd really like to have you guys come on and talk about your experiences.
Yeah, we're gonna plan this a little better. So we'll start again. Do the long intro. No, I'll come out. Actually, I'm going to try to do it while the feed is still on. So hopefully we come back. Give me 1 second. I know this isn't the great way to do it, but hold on 1 second. All right, am I back? Am I back?
Yeah. There you be.
There I is. All right, are we back? Can you see us? Hello? Hope we're back. I'm watching the feed here. All right, so that was weird. Anyway, I was able to come out, and we're going to post the link there on our feed there in the comments. So if anybody does feel like coming on and talking about your experience, things that happened, no, I'm just telling you. You come on. Why don't I see it posted?
I don't see it at all. Where'd you put it?
No, you have.
I did.
Oh my goodness, people!
I told you.
Oh my goodness, people!
I'm tired.
Eventually, Chris is going to post a link on there that is going to. You guys are going to be able to click on and come on with us.
Maybe not.
Eventually, just wait for it. Wait for it. Mm-hmm. I don't see it on. I can't see any comments on here after I went off, so you're gonna have to keep an eye on them.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there, but I can't see it there.
Okay.
So, again, if you guys want to come on and join us and talk about the event, it was good, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. We got there at 3 o'clock ish, and we were there before everyone. The Liberty Hall people were there. We had to go in, and we had to set up the areas where we were, where Colleen was, where Chris was going to be, where I was, and Adam probably arrived. I don't even know what time Adam got there. 4:30 ish, I want to say. He got there, and when we came out, there was already people lined up, and he was already meeting and greeting, which was cool. There was a lot of people there, and I was happy to see that because, we didn't know what to expect. We weren't really involved in the ticket sales on this one, so I really didn't have an idea. But there was a good line of people, and they went up and they met Adam. They were buying merch. His haunted life, is that what his merch is called? I
I'm
believe
not sure, to be
Haunted
honest
Life.
with you.
And signing autographs and taking pics and stuff. And one thing about Adam, we've known Adam for a few years now. It's been a while, and this whole thing started because Adam was supposed to come to Power Unity in November, and something came up, scheduling thing with him and Amy, and they couldn't do it. So Adam and I were going back and forth about doing something. If we weren't going to do Power Unity together, then we'll do something together. So we were both, we had done the episode with Adam and Amy at Liberty Hall. They loved Liberty Hall. Adam loved Liberty Hall. So that was a logical choice. If we're going to do something, we're going to do it at Liberty Hall. So we went back and forth on the date, finally came up with May the 6th. And that's how that whole thing came together. And, a fundraiser for Liberty Hall. And, you guys, don't know behind the scenes. I mean, they're really good friends of ours. We've known them for years, and we've gotten that building on Channel 11. We've gotten them on Kindred Spirits. And we have great affection for.
And they did, and again, I'm going to put this out there because this speaks volumes, and I will always have a soft spot. They opened up that tented area where people were at. They opened it up during COVID for me to have a memorial there, John and I, for my daughter Christina, and that place is always going to have a special in my heart. And being there, just it means the world to me, and they're just amazing people.
Did you post that link again?
I did. I posted it 4 times.
All right. So again, if you guys want to join in and talk about your experiences and your stories, all you got to do is click that link, follow the instructions. We'll see you backstage in the guest section, and we'll bring you on live with us, and you can talk about anything. Meeting Adam, you can talk about the ghost hunt. Here's the thing about that event last night. You guys obviously watch us and you follow us, and there were a good amount of people that follow New Jersey Paranormal there, but there were a lot of people that are Adam Berry fans. Adam's on TV. Adam's been around for a long time, ghost hunters and stuff. So those people didn't really know us, and, fortunately for us, we were able to kind of win a lot of those people over last night. We got a lot of compliments as far as, I don't think they knew what to expect as far as the ghost hunt. They were paying to be with Adam and ghost hunt with Adam. And there was, there was time to do that. People were with Adam, throughout the night. And, but these people that didn't know us, I think we surprised them a little bit because we got a lot of good feedback, and people had a really good time. And when they were leaving in the parking lot, they were just like, wow, that was awesome. We love that, and hopefully they're watching and they're following, and, they're watching on Instagram. And it was,
they got our passion. They understood that we're doing it because we take this very seriously, and it's a passion of ours. And we enjoy doing that for people, and teaching and showing. And there, I mean, again, I think it validates what we do when somebody comes up and surprises us and just says, hey, can I get a photo with you? Because I just enjoyed what you did, and, being in your group. And I'll be the first one to tell you, and John, is that I'm not comfortable or very confident about doing that. And yet I have learned and pushed through some of my fears to do this, and it validates. And my reward is when somebody's in my group and they react to it. and they get from it what they need to get, and that you can't pay somebody for that. That's my reward.
They're
That's
all
my
nice
payment.
and made it so much fun. That's what we try to do. We try to you know, we didn't, we don't get to do the lecture that we normally do beforehand, but we try to educate when we can when we have those people in front of us for a little bit of time, and then we do try to make people laugh and entertain people, but also get involved and try to engage with spirit. That's what we've been doing for many, many, many years now. And some people enjoy it, some people may not, and that's okay. But hopefully again, everybody there had an open mind and they were there for the right reasons, and we had a good time. So like I think Adam had a really good time too, because we ran at the end of the night when we're packing everything up and we're we saw them heading out. That's where that picture is from that I posted, where we're all together. He had a really good time, and believe me, he literally on his way out the door was like, let's do this again. I mean, so the odds are, again, nothing is set in stone. Nothing is set in stone, but we are planning, we're talking about doing this again this year. So if you missed out or if you want to come back again, there'll probably be a chance to do that. Think in terms of the fall, late fall, maybe. But again, nothing is set in stone yet. But if everything works out, here, a little hint. And again, the dates may be a little tricky because he got stuff to do, we have stuff to do. But yeah, it really could be December to remember if we're able to work out what we want to work out for the month of December.
Right.
So, I mean, it may be a hell of a way to end the year this year, which, again, I know it's weird to say in May, but I'm actually looking forward to, to doing that. I mean, it's weird to look forward to December and May. I don't know, cold weather I don't look forward to, but I am looking forward to the possibility of what December is going to look like. You go into, I missed that comment. It was so fast. Sorry about that. You have to trust the folks you go into the dark with, your passion and how you interact with our spirit peeps, make it all work, and honestly takes away any fear. I went because of Adam, but in doing so, I got a really good vibe from you guys, and now we will follow.
That
Kathy,
means a lot.
and we appreciate that. Believe me, we know. I mean, we could kind of tell. Adam's an entertainer. Adam's a very, very personable. He's funny. He's engaging. Talented guy, nice guy, and watching him up there and doing his Q&A and his lecture, very engaging. Even the way he started it. For those of you who weren't there, he, we're outside in this big, beautiful area that they have weddings and stuff. And Adam, he had a microphone and the microphone went out on him and stuff and things were happening. He was just going with it. But I think Adam expected someone to introduce him, either us or from Liberty Hall. So he just walked up there, so he turns his back on the crowd and he's like in the corner and he's like, ladies and gentlemen, from Kindred Spirits, Ghost Hunters, and he's like, Adam Berry, and he turns around, and it was just really funny that he did that, and I love that because that's Adam, and again, we could tell the people that were there for him, and the people that knew us came up to us, and we were hanging out with them and talking. They
were wearing our shirts, which was that was pretty cool. We're like, oh man,
and at our events, of course, there are nothing but people that follow us and watch these feeds. At that event, we knew the majority of the people that were there for Adam. Again, there's no ego involved here. Adam's, a celebrity. He's on TV. But we were hoping that, after being with us and just experiencing what we do and going around the building, beautiful building. The people there are awesome. If you get a chance, just go back there and tour it during the day and really get a look. And people there just do such a great job and they care a lot. But we were hoping that those Adam Berry fans, some of them were going to turn around and say, hey, you know what? New Jersey Paranormal, this wasn't
not too shabby.
This wasn't a throwaway thing where, we were with Adam and then we had to go with these guys. We were hoping that we would add to the event for those people and make it more enjoyable for them. So that was the hope, but you never know, You guys make things comfortable and personal, people, and they feel relaxed and enjoy the experiences. I always look forward to this chat forum. He was hysterical. He needs to do stand-up. EVP session with you guys was so cool.
He
You know,
doesn't take himself serious when it comes to he can make fun of himself and stuff, and he can put you at ease. And the one thing about Adam that I watched him with people, because I'm a people watcher, I take things in, and when you're in front of him, he definitely makes his fans feel like my focus is on you.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you. I'm connecting to you. I get you. I see you.
And Adam and I talked about doing a wrap up. We're going to do another one of these with Adam, probably by the end of the month. We were talking about it. You know, he came over to me afterwards. He was in a good mood, and we were all in a good mood. And he said to me, you know, we should do another live about this. And I said, yeah. He goes, you know, not this week. I said, no, not this week. He said, but by the end of the month, we should do some kind of, and I said, wrap up. He said, yeah, let's do a wrap up. He's like, you know, I'll come back on and we'll do a live again. So we'll do this again with him, and, you know, he'll share his experiences, and you guys again could come on and share yours. But again, meeting people, we love meeting people who are interested in the paranormal. That's what our convention is all about, you know, giving back to people, making it affordable, meeting more people. But even, like I said, the people that were there that were fans of Adam and the paranormal, they were very, you know, open, and they were very open. You know, they were like, we're here to just be with Adam. We don't even want to see you guys. We don't want to know you guys. They were very, very nice people and open to what we were doing. And like I said, a few of the people there that are now, again, follow us on Instagram and stuff. We got the comments from them, and it was really, really cool that, again, these are people that watch the shows. They're into the paranormal. They're maybe doing stuff on their own. Yep. And they could have been like, again, like, oh my God, why do we got to be with, you know, these guys? But they were all engaged, all involved. They all participated.
Oh my God, 100% participation and experiments and the things that we asked them to do. And again, you're trusting someone to have you in their care and not to mislead you. And that means a lot. We don't take that lightly.
Travis is the guy that got scratched, right?
Yes.
If
we have
anybody
a picture
has
of that
picture,
we have it.
Oh, do we?
Yes. And Heather was the one who took it. Heather took, no, she's got it on her page.
Oh, wow. I would have loved to have had that because I could have posted it right here, but.
Well, you didn't say nothing to me. I saw it on her page.
Anything. Did okay.
Anyways, don't pick on this. See, Heather says she has it.
Well, thank you. Heather has it. Chris has it.
Can you explain how they?
The rest of us won't be able to see.
How they use the link? If they want to come on.
The link. You have to copy and paste the link and put it into your browser. Google. If you're using your iPhone, use the Safari, the one that looks like a compass. You put that in there, and then you just follow the instructions. It asks you if you want to use your camera and your microphone, and then you enter the studio, and then we'll see a number pop up down the bottom here of our screen, and we'll know somebody's backstage, and we bring you on. But again, no pressure.
We can talk, yeah, but it is nice. We can talk about your experience and what you told us, but it's a much better perspective when it comes from you directly and people can hear your experiences.
I love meeting you guys. John, I'm sorry I didn't meet you, Chris. I love meeting you guys, John.
Well, hopefully I'll meet you later,
Robin. Were you just there for the meet and greet? Is that why you didn't meet her?
I was flitting around taking care of some stuff.
If you're part of the ghost hunt, you would have met all of us.
Yeah, but she's probably part of the meet and greet when I was doing setup and stuff. Yeah.
But again, beautiful day. Liberty Hall's beautiful building. And if you guys were part of that event and got to see for yourself, that building's active, man. That building's active in a lot of different places. And I don't know, because we were in different areas. I was in the carriage house. Chris was way downstairs in the mansion. I don't know if Adam ever brought people up to
the. Yes, I think I saw
Captain
pictures.
John.
Heather had pictures of that.
Okay, that's good, because that's where I normally am when we do it. Speaking of, we'll be doing at least 2 or 3 more events at Liberty Hall before the end of the year. Hopefully one of them with Adam, but we'll be back there with just us. And as I was explaining to the people that were there last night, our events are 4 hours. So it's longer and you're in the areas for a little longer and you probably do a little more space. I would definitely be interested in knowing about the second session. Hold on, someone's backstage.
Yeah, I think you switched.
Hold on. Let me see who this is. All right, I see you. I'm gonna bring you. I'm gonna bring you to the stream. 1 second, okay? See, we don't have our headphones. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi.
How are you? I remember you.
Thank you.
Horrible at names, but I remember faces.
I
So, yeah, I
she's
was in
one
the,
that had
later-
figure in the back.
What was that?
I think you had the figure in the back down in the basement.
Yeah, that's figured I would talk about that, and because that was just so cool. So I was sitting in the basement area in front of the stuff that belonged to, I believe, Thomas Edison, is what you said, Chris?
There was Thomas Edison, and then the fire truck
Yeah.
belonged to I forget his name. It was started with an S. I'm horrible too. It was the boy.
But yeah, so one of the other folks had an SLS camera and they could see a figure behind me. So I stuck my hand up in the air and you could actually like feel the area be a lot colder. And that was just very, very cool.
And we got it on the flare. There was actually,
Yes.
that's what started that whole thing, was that figure was right behind you moving.
So, yeah.
That is rare, by the way.
But
That's not typical.
Isn't that the coolest thing in the world, though? Again, we do this so much that we it's not like we're used to it, whatever. But even those experiences for us are cool because it's one thing to know that you're feeling something behind you or you feel a cold spot or something, but it's another when, like you said, you're seeing a figure or you're seeing a piece of equipment go off near you or you're hearing a voice. That's when you know, like, holy crap.
I'm in the presence of something.
There's something right here, you know?
Yeah, because I had that feeling, but yeah, to actually have the equipment back it up.
And
Yeah, because your that EMF lantern kept going off too, right beside her. That was up on this hill.
Yeah.
So there's so many different forms of validation that was happening around you.
Yeah.
What did you think of the building overall?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I was able to go in ahead of time and just walk around when they were letting us in to look at everything. So it's just beautiful. I definitely want to go back so I can see even more of it. And then, yeah, to be in there, doing investigation was just so much fun.
Yeah. When we first went in there, this was way before Kindred Spirits. Again, they told us about how they would open the door and they would hear people talking, and that the cleaning woman saw an apparition come out of the mirror and walk upstairs down the hallway. So we're like, beautiful building, old building, lots of stuff original to the family. We were amazed by just like what with you guys coming with us. We went in so many different sections and stuff would happen. It was like finding your favorite food, like everywhere you look, like, oh, another slice of pizza. Oh, over here, there's more pizza. We were just like every place. Oh my God, every area had a different type of energy and different people we were kind of engaging with. And
I think every single group that had the headsets on and that were isolated was getting the conversations happening in the background between a male and a female. And that's what happened in that building.
Yeah, you could definitely hear, you couldn't really always make out what they were saying, but you definitely could hear like this undertone of a conversation going on.
Was this your first time with us, or?
Yes, my first time with you all.
What did you think? You like it?
Oh yeah, it was a blast. I will definitely be signing up for additional ones.
Are you in Jersey?
No, I'm actually in the Bronx.
Okay, that's not crazy far.
No.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, we do a lot of. You should try to come to the mine. Come back to Liberty Hall. We have a lot of cool different buildings that we even do above and beyond what you saw in that short period of time. So thank you for being open-minded and giving us a chance at least, because you never know if people are going to like what we do or not. We know Adam's a big, star, and,
and you trusted us to do it.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Of course. And I mean, you all were on Kindred Spirits as well. So in my world, getting to see you all in person in real life was really exciting as well.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Thank you.
Wow, I appreciate that. I feel like a somebody all of a sudden. Well, thank you for joining us. Hopefully we see
Thank
you
you.
again down the road.
Definitely.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
All right. All right. So that was again somebody there who watched Kindred Spirits, who is a fan of Adam Berry, and a lot of people are. And like I said, gave us a shot and enjoyed themselves. You don't know, again, that was a fundraiser for Liberty Hall. Like I said, we love them. We think the world of them as people.
Yep.
But we don't go into any building and host any events anywhere where we don't go in first and we don't find that. That's a prerequisite for what we do. There are lots of old buildings out there that, need money and need fundraisers, but we always, is there activity? And Liberty Hall was one of the ones where they're telling us all the story, and we're like, when can we come in here? And there was so much going on that we did. We reached out to Kindred Spirits because we knew Adam and Amy and Chip, and we said, hey, this is when you want to come in. This is when you want to come in. And they loved the people there. Then they really liked Adam and Amy. And like I said, it was just one of those things that was meant to be. And Adam had such a good time that he literally leaving, he's like, we're going to do this again. We're going to do this again. Which
makes us feel good. That means that we did something right.
Well,
and that matters.
It's one thing to people to appreciate being with Adam. And we talked about this a lot beforehand. We, put ourselves in a position of people spending money all the time because, we're not wealthy people. So, when people are spending money, we try to give it everything we got to try to give them at least a good time, even if we can't force activity to happen. But we knew people are there for Adam and they wanted to be with Adam. So the concern was, again, they get to be with Adam. They got to hang out with Adam before for the meet and greet. Are they going to be okay or open to the idea of at least giving us a shot and coming in and,
All right.
And they did, all of them. They were awesome. Every single person there was really, really cool. And when you have that kind of good feeling and that kind of energy, it just.
And again, it made the night it was a long night for us, but it made it so enjoyable because every single person brought it. They brought it. They were engaged. They were involved. And trust me, that makes all the difference in the world. All the difference. And I was completely honored that people would do
backstage.
it.
Hey, Taryn.
Hey,
Taryn was in Gettysburg. Lucky Taryn. Hold on. I'm going to bring you on here. Give me 1 second. How are you, sir? I remember you. Don't remember.
Hey, how are you?
But I remember you.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Had a great time last night. Appreciate it.
So, did you follow New Jersey Paranormal before?
Yes.
Nice.
Darn it. I was hoping for another new person that we converted, but I appreciate you being there. Have you been to Liberty Hall before?
No, this was our first time. My wife and I, we had a great time.
It's an amazing place, isn't it?
Yeah, Alicia was sitting next to me in the basement, I believe, and that's where I caught my SLS camera. And then there's also a stick figure in the fireplace down a little further.
Yep.
So it was interesting, and I felt a lot of stuff when I was down with you in the basement in the carriage house.
It's what's cool about that place, and I said this before, is you're not like. There's not one or two people you feel like are there that are kind of either with you or following you. You do feel like when you go into different areas, there's different people,
Oh, definitely. I felt a little girl downstairs. It was a very, I don't want to say friendly ghost. That sounded kind of weird, like a cartoon, but
But it's true. I mean, we tell people all the time, doing what we do and how we do it. That place in particular you're going to get interaction. It's not guaranteed, but there's nothing there that's going to bother you or hurt you or you know what I mean. But they are engaging, which is really cool.
And that's funny you should say that. One of my wife's biggest things she says, any time I go on an investigation, do not bring anything home with you.
Somebody made a really good point. When you guys are doing the experiment with the headphones on, they go, do you always hear something or is it silent sometimes? And typically, it's not normal to hear stuff all the time. It's a rarity, but for whatever reason, that night with everybody, there was a lot of conversations going on in the background with that experiment.
Right, and Adam made a very good point towards the end, like when we got there, we were Group B. It seemed to have calmed down because he said, I guess the owners of the house he made a comment that they may have gone to bed, and things kind of calmed down. But it was quite interesting.
We had, it was waves, and I preach this all the time, and I mean it because I've seen it. Different people have different energy, and they bring that into different areas. We had groups that was like, I mean, our first group was like shot out of a cannon as far as things going on. Second group, that whole first 2 hours was nonstop roller coaster. Then we took the break, and then the first group of the, I don't know, were you the first 2 hours or the second 2 hours? I
It
don't
was in
remember.
the second group.
Second two.
Okay, that one, the first group of the second 2 hours was kind of slow, and I was just,
Right.
I was
Yeah.
saying to
The
myself,
energy was toned
I
down.
said, boy, what? And again, that's a good theory about, hey, it's later, everybody's kind of tired, but then it ramped up again towards the end, where my final group down the basement was stuff happening everywhere.
It was telling us goodbye, get out.
Right. It's kind of like when you got company. It's time for you to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Overstayed your welcome.
Like, hey, we're in our realm. We've got our pajamas on.
Right.
We're turning the lights out. The porch light is going off. It's
Go home, people.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. It's like that song.
But I mean, meeting Adam was amazing. I mean, I've met a bunch of other people, but very down to earth. Talk to you, because you can run into some people that you don't
have to tell me.
So,
Chris is like that. Chris is a real snob in real life. She's like, just gets her nose up in the air.
No, not at all.
Please, please, no pictures, no pictures.
No, she said something about no paparazzi or something.
She is. People don't know that about her, but she's like,
you can't afford me.
She's like those people that run around in the city in those Mickey Mouse costumes. You're going to take a picture, $2. $2. No, you don't take it otherwise.
Oh no, $2. No, it's more than $2.
$5?
Oh no, you can come on now. If I'm gonna be in a costume, it's gonna cost you.
But anyway, we appreciate you coming. We're happy you had a good time. Hopefully, we see you down the road. There's a lot more.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna be at the we'll be at the Camp Evans thing.
Oh,
nice.
you're gonna like that one.
Oh,
Have you been there?
Nope, gonna be my first.
Oh, that's another great one.
You're in for a treat.
Good. I'm looking forward to it.
Different types of spirits there, though. There are a few there that are.
Well, it sounds weird, but I can actually sense something. So hopefully, I'll get the feeling.
Yeah. All right. Well, what is that? When are you coming in July or?
That's the August one, right?
Oh, that's John Zappis.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. You're gonna love that one because he's a whole nother element to the place, and you'll get to see the love tub in the basement. That's a whole nother story. All right. Well, have a good night. Thanks for joining us.
You too. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
That was funny. All right, guys. So this is the cool thing about what we do and how we do it. We always talk about community and wanting to bring people together and again, like-minded people who share the same passion and interest for the paranormal and that watch all these shows. And we appreciate the opportunity of giving you guys the opportunity of letting you meet like Adam, and next week is Dustin and Cody and Satori, and there's maybe someone else down the road that it's really cool for us to be there with you guys because we're experiencing it too. We like hanging out with these people as well. So it's kind of a shared thing, but then again, to get the feedback and have people come on and talk about what a good time
I do have to tell you something very, very interesting that I was not even aware of down in the basement. For everybody that was in those different rotations that got down there, you understood that down with the liquors, the bourbons, the whiskeys, and the cigars from the 1700s all the way up to the last point.
And they do that because Chris is she's a known sloppy drunk, and they have to lock all that up.
Everybody knows that. So, anyways, Rachel, she's the director there and everything, and runs everything, and Mary Ellen that works with her. Rachel was in my first group, and when we were doing the experiment with the headphones and everything, somebody started talking about the alcohol and asking what kind of drink. Do you like bourbon and you like gin? And then it said, Rachel, where are the keys? And I looked at her And she goes, yeah, there's special keys to unlock because those things, they're worth money. The bottles alone are very valuable. And she goes, well, you can just get the keys. And she said where the keys were to the spirit. And then basically the spirit says, you have to help me. And even after Rachel moved on, the spirit kept asking for Rachel to come unlock these liquor cabinets for them. And then we were trying to figure out who it was. Would it be the owners coming down wanting their private stock, or was it someone who worked for them that needed the keys so that they could serve the drinks for the parties or whatever? It was really amazing. It was fun.
Again, you wish people are there all the time because stuff happens on a whim. You never know, and you can't plan it. There was a young girl who I've encountered before in the back of the basement. Don't ask me why she's there or why. Maybe she went down there to play or whatever. But we got her name for the first time. It was Samantha, and she said it clear as day on an EVP, clear as day. And she said she was 11. And the person helping me, you guys may have met Samantha before. She helps out a lot of our event. I always joke about her being my Charlie Bucket. She's going to take over New Jersey Paranormal in like 5 years when I'm old and washed up. But you know, Sam was down there helping me. For those of you who don't know, she was the one with the red hair that was there. And we've known Sam since she was 12 years old. And her name is Samantha. So we weren't sure if the spirit was talking about her because she was kind of the younger person that was around.
We got Samantha when your group moved from you to come over to us. Samantha came out in our experience. And Ed's correct. It said Ed's name too and called out Ed.
Can I finish?
Yes,
you
can.
So it said the girl said Samantha. She said she was 11 years old. And right after that session and the people kind of had to leave and we're waiting for the next group, Samantha and I are talking and I'm like, God, that EVP was so cool. And she's like, do you think that's her name or do you think she was referring to me? And I'm like, I've been asking her name for every time we've been here. Literally every single thing in the room around us started going off. I mean, it was like one after the other, after the other, after the other. And we're watching and we're like this. It was like bing, 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 like a pinball machine. And we're looking at each other, we're smiling, and we could hear people upstairs. We're like, come down now, come down now, come down now. And of course they came down and everything. And we're like, you got to trust us. This just happened. But again, a lot of it was kind of repetitive. And she really likes, that's the thing about gadgets that people don't get. That if you have, especially child spirits, you have things like the cat balls and you have the domes with the rainbow. It really is kind of fun for them to just, it's like almost like coloring. They get to, move these things around and create. And I'll start out the same way. Could you show me your favorite color again? Boop. The color red or the color blue will pop up.
Wow.
And I'll point to the one. I'll have multiple domes and I'll say, could you use that one first? And then that one? But again, it went nuts when her and I were talking after hearing that girl's voice. Oh, Pam?
Yeah.
Hey, Pam. What's up, Pam? Oh, well, we'll talk to Pam afterwards. But again, the link, we'll put the link up again before we sign off here in like 20 minutes. So if anybody else has any kind of experiences or stories they want to share.
Travis, if you're on, or even Ed, if you'd like to come on. Ed got a lot of responses down in the basement, and I think
I got a ride home this time.
He did. He said he got an Uber this time.
Instead of trying to find a ride from
I put sensors down in the oldest part of the building where we couldn't go into because we didn't want to interrupt Adams doing EVPs when he was on the first floor, and the sensors kept going off. Something kept breaking it and there was nothing there. That added to, and you felt the difference. We had cold spots. We had figures popping up. Like he said, he mapped some things that were there. We had a really good night. But I do have to say, when we were in our last two groups, whatever was down there kept saying goodbye, go, get out. And it was like some good night. And it was just like, and it was funny when people were asking questions, and it's not normal to get as much activity as we got. And that, I think, was the highlight. And it's not the norm. When people do this a lot, you understand that this is not the norm. We are just very fortunate it was the type of night that it
And,
was.
and what was cool was that normally when we do our events, we limit the groups to like 5 people, 6 people. Every now and then we'll venture to 7, but 7's kind of the cutoff. Ideal group for me is 5 or 6 people in front of me because it's more intimate and you can do more stuff and you can experiment more. And last night there were a lot of people that wanted to come see Adam and do that event. And we had up to 12 people in one event, which for us we normally don't do. So it was kind of on the fly, changing it to make it interactive and for everyone. But everyone again was so cool about everything they were doing and just jumping right. I love that because that's me.
Yeah.
Show me what to do, show me how to do it, and let's go. Let's do this. And everybody was just so involved. And I think
Hi,
that
Colette.
added to the energy and the experience of the night too. I really do.
I think it definitely did. And the other experiment was changing out people's
For Sanders?
energy. And people people got to see the side of it, whose energy, and they were talking and taking with them who they thought was the person that was garnering or was the conduit for the night. And that's really amazing when you see that. Watching people have conversations and taking pieces of the puzzles and start putting them together. Like we were having a discussion, I forget which group it was in at the point, but somebody had a perspective. And then when we got into the group and we started talking about everybody's perspective, everybody started putting the pieces of the puzzle, their perspective with this perspective, and it turned into another story, which was pretty amazing.
All right. Let's see who's backstage here. That is Ed. Hello, Ed. Hold on a minute, Ed. There he is.
Hey, Ed.
How you
How are
guys
you,
doing?
sir?
So, just to say, last night was amazing. In general, I mean, just meeting Adam and you guys again. And yes, I was able to get a ride home from Uber.
A lot easier in Union than it is all the way up in Ogdenburg.
Yeah. But no, my experiences there were, I mean, they weren't as much as in the mind, but they were still enough
Right.
to be enjoyable. Like with Chris, with that whole experience with that Etsy thing in the basement and upstairs. While everything was going on in the basement, we had this cold breeze just going around in the top, and that's when we saw it on the flare and things like that. And also in the basement with you, or in the carriage house, I'm sorry, with you, John, and hearing the Godfather music going off all the time behind him.
That's a tough one to explain, Ed. Let me
Yeah.
try to explain.
Well, my
that one.
family comes from
People are gonna
Corleone,
think I'm
so
some weirdo Italian guy who just likes to play the Godfather. I have this new app that I use that it's good. One of the few apps I use is because it's for the phone, and phone you can set the sensitivity for touch and vibration and all that stuff. And this is basically you have to touch it for it to, and the only song programmed into it is the Godfather. So it's a geophone, meaning vibration. So we had it on a cement floor way in the other area from where everybody was. And I'm jumping up and down on the floor to show people that, look, I can't make it go off from here. And every now and then, like Ed was saying, in this room behind everyone, you hear, which I thought
That's a little creepy.
but also with Adam, it was really cool because we were, I believe, the second group to deal with him, and he said the first group went upstairs to the captain's room.
Gotcha.
And they said, "Hey, we're sleeping. Leave us alone." So that's why we stayed in the room downstairs, and we were getting a lot of responses, and we heard a whistle sound and some noises. I was like looking into the main entrance hall area, and everybody just like turned around because they heard a noise back there, and I was just like, something caught my eye. So it was a lot of neat experiences there, and I can't wait to do it again.
That building, again, what's so unique about that building, you have 2 different dimensions. And I was glad that they actually embraced the other one last night because you never know. But, the family, 4 generations of Kane families
It's a time capsule.
lived in that mansion, from the time they were children to adulthood. And, some of them passed, not in the building, but, they passed on. And then you have the servants that lived there, and some of them may have been slaves. And they were finally allowing us to kind of touch on that a little bit in the carriage house. And I didn't really go too far into that, but I think there's different people, not just the family. I think different people are around.
Well, Ed
in
can
that
attest to this, where the tripwires were going off down in the basement of the house, the oldest part of the kitchen. There was a display in the middle of the room, which was paperwork that was releasing a husband and wife from their servitude.
Yeah. So,
And you
and
know how-
also with Adam, they were talking about, I think it was Henry was the name, which
Yeah.
apparently was a servant, and they were kind of touching around that, and it was cool to, it's not just the family, it's other spirits that were involved with the family.
Yes.
Well, it was great seeing you guys again, Ed, and I was, happy that you were able to work it out this time, and
Yeah.
hopefully we see you then down the road somewhere. You should try Camp Evans next
I
time.
want to so bad, but we will try to work things out.
All right. Happy you had a good time, though. That's the most
Definitely.
important thing.
Always have a good time with you guys.
All right, Ed. Have a good night.
Thank
You too.
Ed.
Bye.
All right. See? Good time. That's all we care about. That is the highest. Again, we don't make money off of this. And that's one of the things I'm not going to harp on too much, but there's a lot of groups out there charging a lot of money to do a lot of different things, and whatever it is, what it is, but we don't make any of that money. And our reward, if that's what you want to call it, is the reward for our effort and our time and our energy is when we get feedback, and it feeds us, and it makes us want to do even more the next time, and hang out with people, and really,
Well, let's be honest. The best word to say
cool
that
thing.
we end up being in a community of people who are like-minded, that love this as much as us. There's a give and take relationship here, and we feed off of you as much as you feed off of us, and we don't take that for granted. It means the world to us. When Travis and his friend came up and said, "Can we have a picture with you?" I mean, what? Why? And I was just like, I was so touched and so honored.
Yeah.
That meant a lot for me.
And when the people talk about the dynamic between the two of us, we're no different
No,
in public. I mean,
this is who we
it
are.
may be worse in public, actually, because there's no filter. I can't turn off the camera.
And just having people come up to us when they're getting ready to come to the event and personally come up and say hi. People traveling from far to come and join this is like, it means a lot.
Yeah.
It means
And
a
hopefully we
lot.
see you guys again, because we do this all year. Now at Liberty Hall, wanting, a few more dates. We talked about that last night. There aren't a few more dates left, for the year, and we want to go back there. We love that place. So I'll work it out to where we can go there at least 2 more times, maybe 3.
I'll never say no to Liberty Hall.
But if you give it a chance and you come to a 4-hour event of ours, we have some really, really cool places that we deal with, and they all have good people representing. That's the common thread for the locations that we support. Whether it's something small like the Barron Arts Center or Caldwell Parsonage, or something big like Camp Evans or the Mine, good people. That's who we work with.
Yeah.
And Adam's included in that, and Dustin
The
and
sites that
Cody
we work
Satori.
with, these are people that we value and we're friends with, and we would do anything for them. They're just that kind of people.
And believe me, if Adam was some, like we said, some diva who blew his fans off and acted like I'm a superstar, we would do it once and never do it again, and that would be that. But Adam's not that at all.
No, Adam's really good to his fans.
And he's fun to be around.
Yeah.
I mean, he entertained me. I was sitting there just watching him and just like, wow, this guy is funny, So, and it was good meeting his husband. His husband, Ben, I met him for the first time. And it was kind of funny because we had been there since 3:00. And I think the time the events were supposed to start and end got kind of gray for a while there, because I think we ran over for one, or we started late for the other. And, I didn't eat anything since 11:00 in the morning, and it's getting later. That's why people are bringing up the stomach thing. We had a lot of people with stomach issues last night, where we kept joking like it sounded like puppies or like somebody growling or demon or something. So, but I go over to Ben, and I met Ben earlier, and I'm like, Ben, I'm like, you got to tell Adam to cut this break off, and we got to get back in there and do this second group. I said, I'm a 55, man, staying up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. He's like, I'm, what do you say, 35? He's like, and I don't want to stay up this late either. And I'm like, well, you have more influence than I do to go over there and make this happen. But really, really cool people. Really, I hope we do it again, and I hope we do it around the time frame that he's talking about. We mentioned a date, but Pam, if you're watching, it was the same date we're going to be at the Hoover, so we said we can't do it that date. So we're trying to work it out. Hopefully it happens, but hopefully if you did get to come to this one, and it is just the one you really enjoyed it, and we see you again, because you can see the passion we have. You see how much we love doing this. And when you have more time and we can do more experiments, it gets a little weird sometimes.
And I would tell anybody that's watching, if you have the opportunity, go to Liberty Hall and do their tours. They have so many programs going on. The people that were there didn't even get to see an even more portion. The everything is original to the building. For the holidays, they bring out the family's plates, decorations, original Halloween.
We're not 100% sure we're gonna,
No, I'm talking about there. If they want to
tour it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. They also have a maze in a garden that they have apple trees,
Yeah,
plum
garden is
trees,
beautiful.
beautiful. And they literally have apple picking days where you can come and do. There's go on their site and check them out. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Their tour guides, all of them, are so passionate and just they love that building. It's theirs.
And what's weird about it is if you didn't know where it was, you wouldn't know where it was, because
No.
Kane University is all around it, and you kind of have to go off the main road there and make a left and go through a couple of parking lots, and then you see this big yellow mansion, and the carriage house is just beautiful. But yeah, definitely tour it. And again, the cool thing for us, last time I was there, and it's just us, I usually go upstairs, Captain John's area. That's
Yeah.
where I kind of stay. And there's a toy room that has all the toys that were original to the family from years and years back. And I was using them as trigger objects last time, and I could not believe the interaction I was getting. It was just.
I think Kathy said earlier, did you get a chance to talk to Captain John because he was cranky?
Me? Why you think I make him cranky?
No, just meaning that. Did you get a chance to? Because
No, I didn't get a chance to. I didn't even go into the
yeah.
mansion. I went into the mansion to help Chris
Bringing
unload
stuff.
some stuff,
Yeah.
and then I was in the carriage house for the rest of
And
the
by the
rest of
way,
night.
the library that we got to do where we set up for Colleen to do the scrying for you guys, that's normally not open to the public. They do that for us. So that's a treat. That was the family's private sitting room, their rooms. And even behind that, there's a safe with antique books that are priceless. That was right behind.
And that's a good point, Alicia. Their tour guides,
Yes,
and
they are.
they're very knowledgeable people, and they are very dedicated to the location and to the family who owned that building, before the Kane family. John Kane is 90 years old, I believe.
Yeah.
And they have a great relationship with him, and they respect his family and that building. And again, everything in there is original to the family. That is so rare. But you want to talk about quote unquote trigger objects and things that could draw family members in. You've got the furniture that they
everything.
sat on, that they ate
Their
on.
plates. Their glasses, their photos,
got
their
everything you need
paintings,
there.
their beds,
Everything
their
you need
perfect.
there.
Mary Ellis's perfumes and brushes in the back room. I mean, it's a time capsule. 4 generations. You're walking through all those time periods, and a few people got to walk back in with Rachel to the kitchen down below from the 1700s. And again, I encourage you, take a tour if you can. You will not be disappointed.
So hopefully Adam will join us again by later on this month, and we'll do another recap, and we'll talk about it from his perspective, how he enjoyed it, how Ben enjoyed it, whether or not he is going to come back and we're going to do it again. We got a few more minutes left.
Dominique made a mention of the fact that we had a firefighter in our group, Wayne, and we got a massive reaction from the child or the young boy that owned a fire truck that they had on display down there. And Wayne was getting so much reaction after talking about him being a firefighter and stuff, and that was pretty cool. So thank you for bringing that up. That was really cool.
So if anybody else wants to come on before we go to talk about their experience with either Adam or at the event, you know, you come on before we go. We are. I wasn't sure about the Creeper Gallery this week, you know, because I'm real tired today. But then I saw the pictures of the doll that Donna just posted. And I was like, Again, for those of you who don't know, if you're new to our page, we do live stream investigations. We do these talks about different subjects. We do interviews with different people. We just had Steve Gonzalez on probably a month ago. We've got 2 demonstrations coming up. This woman does spirit art. She's going to do a past life demonstration as well as just a regular reading where she sketches the person that she's communicating with. Then we're going to have an animal communicator on. But we also do live investigations of haunted objects from a place called the Creeper Gallery in New Hope, Pennsylvania. Donna Marion, good friend of ours. And that's usually on Tuesday nights. So it's getting darker later. So Tuesday night, probably 8 o'clock. I saw the creepy dolls that she has. There's these hats that were worn by priests. And there was something else that she posted that looked really cool. So that'll probably be 8 o'clock on Tuesday. You can watch the whole entire thing live here or on YouTube. And we'll see if Chris is in good shape enough to join me. Because this Saturday, we have another big event. This Saturday is Dustin Parry, Cody, and Satori at the Sterling Mine. Meet and greet, mine tour, and then the big ghost hunt, you know, from 7 to midnight. So that's going to be another big event that's going to kick our butts. But we love it. That's why we do it, because we love it. So we'll see you guys Tuesday night, 8 o'clock here when we're live from the Creeper Gallery. So for you guys, again, that gave us a shot and came to the Adam Berry event, and we appreciate you doing that. And hopefully you come to events in the future and you get to know
the
us
rest
a
of
little
you
better
that
and
are
watch.
near and dear to us, and you just keep coming back for more. We thank you.
What's wrong with you?
Please be safe. Please stay healthy. Please be kind. It matters.
All right, guys. Have a good night, everyone.